In today's Hearts of Iron 4 video, we're achievement hunting as the Philippines. With the recent DLC, a new achievement called the Juannines, I think, has been added, where as the Philippines, you must have cores and control all of Spain. That's the goal for today's video. Let's begin. And of course, on the side, we might form the Spanish Empire, as that is along the path we're doing to get cores on Spain. Now, the Philippines is new, so let's check out what's going on. Nation builder, pretty good. Political power to gain stability. Island nation. The Great Depression. Philippine Army. That might be one of the worst national spirits in the game, actually. That is horrifying. And then American interference. Of course, we are a subject of the United States. All right, the focus tree. So this is the military. We got some naval stuff, communism path, the main section right here. The path we got to go down to get cores on Spain is election overturned. And then we go down to Hispanic overtures. This will allow us to get Hispanic nations in our faction. And then finally, this focus right here, propose unification with faction member. That is the one that gives us cores. I'm going to start with Commonwealth of the Philippines. And we only have 2 research slots as the Philippines. Wow. We're going to go into Infantry Equipment 1 and Electronic Mechanical Engineering. We're also a backwater nation, so I'm going to get started with infrastructure instead of any factories, especially infrastructure on our resource producing tiles. 1 division as the Philippines. What is this, by the way? The Philippine Scouts Division. Some Rangers. It's actually pretty well equipped. Very nice. No Navy as an island nation. That's not good. And a small Air Force, which I'm just going to go ahead and disband. Align with Japan. Political power gain is going to be something I am focusing on. You will see why that's important later on. Mechanical computing. Leverage the peso. And it's going to reduce the time by 35 days for all of these focuses. Those are buffs I feel like you really can't skip on, because having these be reduced from 70 days to 35 days, it's really nice. Anti-communist raids and anti-fascist raids, both of these are going to give us weekly stability. National fiscal policy. Lots of convoys I'm going to be making. In the future, the Americans are going to be... well, when we declare independence from the Americans, they're going to be trying to raid us. So we're going to need a lot of convoys to keep up the trades with the other nations. Industry can stay online. Reduce unnecessary expenditure. Basic welfare. The choice between concentrated and dispersed. I'm more of a concentrated industry guy, so yep. Okay, and then there is a research slot. I'm going to go for that next. 2 research slots? Nah, can't be doing that. At least need a minimum of 3 to compete in Hearts of Iron 4, I feel like. Improved worker conditions. I hope the Spanish Civil War doesn't end too fast. It shouldn't. The reason we don't want it to end too fast is because we are able to send them volunteers, and if we do send them volunteers, this focus right here, instead of being 5% military factory construction speed, it goes up to 10%. Anti-Hacendados, I'm pretty sure. Reduce the time needed for the Focus National Defense Act by 35 days. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's very important. To get rid of the Philippine Army debuffs, we gotta take National Defense Act, and these focuses will reduce the time of it. It was 200 something days, actually atrocious to try and complete that. Now it's down to 105, that's nice. For our first political advisor, the Silent Workhorse. Doing land reform so I can get into the Bill of Rights, which is 75 political power. And finally, unicameral legislature, another 150 political power, and more stability war support. Sac de Lista editor. Yes, let's go. And for the last political advisor, probably this Chief Justice. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do with this path. Rebuild Sacdalistas. I don't think that's a requirement that we have to fight in the Spanish Civil War. We just have to send 1 volunteer there. Aguinaldo questions election results. In the aftermath of the 1935 presidential election, Emilio Aguinaldo still has not accepted his significant defeat and is challenging the matter with the council in charge of the elections. If evidence of interference is found, the party would likely take the matter to one of the country's highest courts. Probably just a sore loser. Yeah, we'll just brush him off. Okay. So right now we are waiting for an event to fire. It's just gonna be some time from now. I'm gonna do a focus in the meantime. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out National Defense Act. This might be one of the highest buffing focuses in the game as well. Philippines is really unique. Of course, it's really just getting rid of the debuffs we already have from the Philippine army. Judiciary overturns election. After an extensive investigation, the council in charge of investigating the election of 1935 claims it found evidence of irregularity. Okay, it was rigged. The non-aligned party will become the ruling party. And we have a new leader, Emilio Aguinaldo. He's pretty good. Pretty good. Hispanidad Filipina. Volunteers for the Spanish Civil War. Now, whenever you're doing this, because I am playing with historical focuses turned on, the nationalists are gonna win. Well, we're gonna send it to the nationalists. Whichever side is winning, you want to send the volunteers to, pretty much. Trickster Organizer. The career officer is gonna be made into the field marshal. And then Raymond can be our general. Doesn't really matter what we do. Maybe we can farm a little bit of army experience. Let's go for the next gun. I should probably start training some more infantry too. The War for Independence will be a long one. Royal Exiles. Nationalist victory in the Spanish Civil War. Well, that's awesome. After the Spanish Civil War is when it's going to unlock the left path. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Spanish refugees. Some more manpower. If a Spanish Civil War side we sent volunteers to was defeated, we gain army experience plus 35 and 2 more units. If a side in the Spanish Civil War wins after receiving volunteers from us, reconciliation with Spain will have better effects instead. I'm gonna knock out Hispanic overtures because I'm ready to start increasing relations with the Hispanic countries. I believe there is a little bit of RNG involved in this achievement. Now I'm doing reconciliation with Spain. Unlocks decision, proposed treaty of mutual assistance with national Spain. I am going to start increasing my relations with all of the Hispanic countries in South America. I'm going to be organized with this, so I'm going to start with the South American countries first. Peru is about as high as they can go. Just wait a second here. Yeah, there they go. 90 is about as high as they can go, it looks like. So I'm going to propose the treaty with them. They end up signing it. Very nice. Argentina, they sign it. Bolivia, perfect. Chile, yeah, see, Chile doesn't sign it despite having 80 relations. So there is definitely some RNG in this. Let's try Colombia, Ecuador. Yeah, Ecuador, and then Venezuela, Paraguay, Uruguay. Yeah, okay, that's all of the South American ones. Let's see who doesn't sign it. Paraguay doesn't sign it. Venezuela signs it. All right, I'm going to stop improving relations now because we're burning political power on them. Actually, before I waste any more time, I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with Mexico. And nationalist Spain is obviously the most important here. We need them to accept our Treaty of Mutual Assistance. They have to, pretty much. Militarize the constabulary. Of course, whenever we declare independence from America, we're going to enter a war with America. So that's why I say Mexico is important. We don't necessarily need them, but they're just good to have. They are as high as it will go. Let's see. Come on. They sign it. Beautiful. Okay. From every run I've had, by the way, they've always signed it, so maybe it's not RNG for them, or maybe I just have really good RNG when it comes to them. Mexico, they sign it. That's actually perfect. My last run, they ended up rejecting it. That's beautiful. Okay, of course, stop improving relations. And I built up enough political power, I think I can just knock out the rest, so improving relations with everybody here. I'm just gonna full send everybody. I think I might run out of political power for the last guy. Yep, El Salvador. Who doesn't sign? That's who I'm concerned about. Everybody signed. That's amazing. Free factories. I'm gonna skip the civilians and just construct military factories. I'm just gonna finish this focus before I declare independence. Let's do it. War of Independence. Oh, yeah. Force deploying that guy. All right, they do attack us. United States fights to regain control over us. Let them try. By the way, you're not going to be stuck in this war forever, so just keep defending and eventually America will like send a white peace and you can get out of the war that way. All right, Reino de Filipinas. That's the core one. I'm also going to call in all of the allies. That way, America, the American AI, is less entitled to naval invade the Philippines. I would rather America attack my allies instead of me. I'm gonna be trading with the Japanese Empire. Actually, never mind. We have no convoys. This section is more Navy, which I should probably focus on Navy since I'm an island nation, but I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. Instead, I'm going to further develop the military. Focus that I'm really looking for is this guy. A chief of army that provides both attack and defense and factory output. Also, we have a new leader, Yuan III, the naval king. Probably time to do war economy, increase the conscription as well. Also, these decisions should be open now, right? Yes. I can propose unification with Spain. Cuba capitulated. That's so sad, isn't it? Well, don't worry, Cuba. You'll return eventually because the Americans are going to have enough of us and eventually just wipe peace. Military police. That will be something I want in the future. And also creating an agency. That way I can do the anti-partisan spy thing. For some reason, the Allies are sending me Lend-Lease. Thank you very much, Allies. Allies against the Americas. Let's go. Oh, and there's our 4th research slot. Philippine Military Academy. Previous test run, I sent a unification with nationalist Spain very early on and they accepted. I wonder if that has something to do with it. So if them being weaker leads them to accept more often. So we already have a 100 relation with them. I'm going to go ahead and propose unification with nationalist Spain. And they do accept. So we will now be known as the Hispanic Empire. Beautiful. And then to core Spain, I need to get the compliance in most of it up to 35. So we'll just wait on that. I also got a bunch more divisions to defend myself with. We will just be defending the ports. I really do wish you could move your capital because I would totally move it to Madrid right now. Since my capital is in the Philippines, there is no way for me to trade with anybody unless I'm sending convoys. Oh my god, what is Germany doing? I'm on historical, by the way. What is Germany doing? They haven't even defeated the Benelux. They already have a war goal on the USSR. Now they're invading the Baltics for some reason. Well, that would be an unfortunate type of situation to happen if you're planning to continue the game, because it looks like the Allies are just going to be super beefed up. Institute a joint command structure. Nice. Let's go unlock land doctrine sharing. The 10-year training plan. How does this happen in historical, by the way? 'Cause they just go straight for the Soviet Union in 1940. How does that even happen, bro? I love how Italy is gonna have to be the one doing all the work, by the way. They're gonna have to be the one that caps France. It looks like, oh no. I am definitely gonna send a group just to defend Gibraltar in case the USA manages to join the Allies before I get a white piece out of them. Okay, nice. There it is. It finally fired. Failure of American intervention. Although the United States launched a military intervention against the Hispanic Empire to overthrow its new government, this plan has not proven successful. While both sides recognizing the war is just dragging on, negotiations have started to end it. Hispanic independence is now recognized. Freedom prevailed. And there's the white piece. Everybody in the empire, white piece is the USA. Now we just have a beefed up Hispanic Empire. Let's go. Argentina. They accept. Nice. The Philippines is really coming together now. Yeah, just a super interesting Germany strategy. By the way, right now, the USA is still enforcing Monroe Doctrine, so I'm not able to invade Chile or any of these countries that declined joining the Hispanic coalition. I'm gonna have to enter a war with America in order to do that. All right, we're looking good. Oh yeah, the spy. Why did I make a spy agency if I'm not even gonna use this guy? Put that guy on root out resistance. See, they refuse it, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we're just gonna have to choose this top option. I want to keep them in the faction. Also, I'm gonna move this down to civilian oversight. Oh my gosh. And create a new division. Add in the military police to this. And change our unit to them. There we go. Army of the Philippines. Let's go. Also, the fall of Rome just happened, so yeah. Philippines declares independence and the whole timeline changes. Yep. It's all because of us. Yep, totally. By the way, you can get Chief Eisenhower as a general. I decided to just not do that because I wanted to go ahead and declare independence. By the way, they really need to rework this. I don't know why it increases in cost. Like, just keep it a flat 40 command power. Because eventually, the cost of the generals are going to be so high, I won't even be able to get any more. Somebody is justifying on us. Who is it? Imperial Japan. I'm sure we'll be alright. Already Max proposed unification with Colombia. They accept. Nice. You attack everybody but me. That's amazing. That's awesome. How's our compliance looking? Okay, it's getting up there. 30%, 30%, 30%. Okay, I can start training 24 divisions at a time. That's nice. Ooh, we can start doing it. Eliminating these guerrillas. Yeah, there's a fall of the Germans. I don't think they're going to be surviving much longer. I'm going back to training. I don't think the Japanese are going to invade us. I think we're alright. Come on, Venezuela. Nice. Let's go. The last one. All right. So in 70 days, I will have cores on all of the Spanish territory, and I should get the achievement. You know, my army really does need more experience, and I'm thinking I can get that experience by declaring war on China and moving through Japan. So that might be a good idea, actually. You know what I should do is pick up a bunch of clones. I should just promote the guys that look the same. Yeah. Oh, he falls ill. I wonder which one of these guys he actually is. Oh my gosh, he fell ill again. Wow, he's getting really sick, isn't he? All right, so it's done. Should pop up any minute now, all right? Let's see. I'm not missing anything, am I? Unlocked the achievement, but it did not pop up on the screen like it usually does. I am going to continue the game. They still have a war goal on me, so that's interesting. Propose unification with Peru. Nice, they accepted it, of course. Peace conference has just taken place. What do the borders look like? All right, at least they look decent. Beijing hasn't even been captured. Yo, brother. Yo, the Japanese just declared a war on me. Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? Yeah, that's interesting. Japan, we literally would have done great things together, but you just had to let your ego get ahead of you, man.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a... You could have shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego.
I can do a non-aggression pact with America, can't I? I just think I found a bypass to the Monroe Doctrine. Nice. Well, then I'm gonna move my whole military down to South America and begin working on that while I have the non-aggression pact. Take the core state, 75 days. They are at war with Japan now, so they're gonna join the Allies, aren't they? What horrible timing. I just realized I needed one more clone to complete it. The Field Marshal needs to be a clone. Austria votes to join with Germany. What is going on in this timeline, dude? Here we come. United States enforces Monroe Doctrine, so they shouldn't be able to declare war on me. Right? Oh, wait. Wait, they were still able to declare war on me despite the non-aggression pact. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, then. I'm probably going to be losing Spain. I just force deployed 20 divisions. They're going to take way too long to get over here. I'm going to have to probably... Yeah. Let me take some divisions off the garrison in Spain and then just send them onto the French border. Yeah, nobody outsmarts Paradox apparently, right? Whoa, they had a huge navy. Maybe I should intentionally lose the mainland. We gotta get rid of this capital position, bro. This capital position is literally just gonna get us killed. And I'm thinking it's gonna move to Madrid after them. Ah, the army experience is so bad for some reason. I'm pretty much fighting the entire Allies solo right now, and I'm not sure if I can win this. There he is. Promote to Field Marshal. That is the most beautiful army group I've ever seen. Let's go. Morocco declares war on me. Why? Okay, whatever. So what's going on with France, by the way? They still have victors of the Great War and disjointed government. What are we doing? Yeah, I'm going with Grand Battle Plan. Alright, well, I need to send some units over here ASAP. Oh no, I see what broke through that tile. It wasn't us, it was those Soviet tanks. Alright, so by the way, I just put on the spot optimization mod because the game is running too slow for my liking. I had to put that on. We already got the achievement though, so... Achievement's not being on anymore. That's okay. Back to what we were doing. I'm working on a supply hub in southern Brazil. Let me just stop attacking with that too. Yeah, because I just don't have the doctrine upgrades to do anything here. Finally, I can get an upgrade to the Grand Battle Plan. I'm going to be going with mission-type tactics for the additional organization. That way, I can add in some more support companies, and my division won't be killed in organization. Another naval invasion, please be the capital. Oh my god. We're gonna lose the mainland, but holy dude, it's worth it, because the capital needs to be moved. The fall of Manila. Barcelona. Also, it just completed this focus. 50% equipment capture ratio forever. Wait a second. Oh, I just capped. What the fuck just happened, bro? Alright then, I was mistaken. Never mind, I was completely mistaken. That's unfortunate, man. Well, it's just over then. It was a fun game. I didn't realize that once you lost Manila, you just straight up capitulate despite still being above like 80% capitulation progress. But yeah, GG. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.